Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to That Guy's a Maniac, the podcast. Join me, Kanzi11, and this guy, Richie.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo. As we talk about your favourite video games of yesteryear, today, and the future. Richie, where can you find the second best video games blog on the internet of all time?
Well, in all honesty, because you are here and listening to it, you have found the only active medium that we are using. However, you can find our blog at www.thatguys.co.uk, and you can find us on the social medias at That Guy's a Maniac. And how is that formatted, Farley?
That is all one word, all lower case.
Good. So, we are a video game about blogs.
Yes! I'm glad you didn't do the intro today.
Yep, absolutely. What are we going to
We're video game about blogs.
Yeah, that slurp in there as well. I think
This season, we have a gimmick. It's a game called Item Character Level. Is that what it's called?
character item level.
Character Item Level. It's kind of like 20 questions, kind of like Animal, Mineral, Vegetable. It's not really either. Richie, I've got a character level or item. Do you care to guess it?
Sure. Okay, right. Is it a character, item, or level?
It is an item.
An item. Okay. Is this item from a Nintendo series?
It is.
Ooh, is it from a Mario series?
No.
Okay. Is it from a Pokemon series?
No.
Kirby?
No.
Metroid?
No.
Oh. Link? Oh, Link.
Link. Link. No.
Right.
I give you a freebie. It's not from Legend of Zelda either.
Okay, thanks. Cheers, man.
For nothing.
Glad you got my back.
Not for nothing.
Is it from Splatoon?
No. That'd be too tricky for you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it really would be. What other Nintendo games are there? Is is it from? It's not from a Mario game. Is it?
No.
Is it from like a Mario spin-off game, like a Mario Kart or a Mario Party or anything?
Depends. Kinda.
Could be.
I don't think it's a useful. Don't.
Is
I
it
don't
from
think it's a
Smash
useful-
Brothers?
No.
Oh, okay. It's not from Smash Brothers. Okay, I thought that was sort of like Mario adjacent.
No.
Yeah. Right. I'm really stumped. I can't think of any other. Is it from a Star Fox game?
No.
Again, that would be very hard for me.
Really
Yeah. Is this franchise only on Nintendo systems?
Excluding some potential arcade nonsense that I may or may not know about, let's say yes.
Okay.
There might be some, Nintendo purists that go, oh, actually, it's first released on... Let's say no. Let's say yes, even. What was the question?
Is it from an exclusively Nintendo series?
Yes.
Okay. Right now I need to think about. Is this from a NES era game?
No.
SNES era game?
Yes.
Okay, so this series started out on the SNES.
No.
Well, did it start out on the Game Boy?
No.
Game and Watch?
No. You asked if it's in a NES game, but it isn't. But the franchise.
The franchise started earlier, but
Yeah.
then there is a.
The item didn't appear.
Okay, so it's like a power up that's in a sequel to the original one on the NES.
For example.
For example. Okay, good. Okay, damn, that does not help me. Literally all I can think about is Mario and how it must be the feather from Super Mario World.
You just ask me if it is, just to get it out of your head.
Is it the feather from Super Mario World? Okay.
No, it's not.
Right. Is this series of games a platformer?
Yes.
It is a platform. Okay. So platformers I know of are Mario, Castlevania. Is it from the Castlevania series?
No.
Is it from the? Oh, I already said Metroid. So what other platformers are there? Jesus. I mean, to be fair, there was nothing but platformers in the NES.
It's true.
But I'm just trying to think of a series.
Yeah.
And I said Kirby.
Yeah, you did.
Damn. Now all I can think of is like, no. I'm not going to go down that road.
Ask me.
Is this a movie tie-in franchise?
No.
Okay, good. Oh, is this a side-scrolling beat 'em up?
No.
Oh, it's not the lead pipe from Streets of Rage.
No, that's not a Nintendo game.
Oh,
it's not exclusively Nintendo.
No,
is it?
it's not at all. But it's not a side-scrolling beat 'em up. Okay, right. I need to limit this. This platformer is it cutesy? As in, is it more Castlevania or is it more Mario?
That's not a yes or no answer, is
Is it more sci-fi? Okay.
No.
Okay. Is it more dark edgelord fantasy?
No.
Um.
Although a spin-off or another game in the series that would be quite cool.
Okay. Doesn't help.
Doesn't help at all.
Doesn't help. Right. Okay. Damn. This is taking too long. This segment shouldn't last 5 minutes plus.
Stop overthinking it, dude. It's huge. It's a huge franchise. It's not like, Excite Bike or something. It's
Oh my god.
It's not Ice Climbers. It's not Balloon Fight.
It's
It's not
Mario,
Animal Crossing.
but it's a platformer and it's huge.
Huge.
Okay. So is it cutesy? You don't want to say. Okay.
Kinda. It's not, but it's not cutesy either. It's not F-Zero. I'm just gonna keep narrowing out.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely fine. Like, is it? No. Is it another franchise as well? Is it like Disney? No, that's
No.
no. It's not like Epic Mario, not Epic Mickey or whatever it is.
No.
No.
It's not WarioWare. It's not Pikmin.
Thank you. I mean, that helps. And it's not Tetris.
It's not Tetris.
There's no DuckTales or.
It's not Smash Boy from Tetris. No.
Is it? It's not Capcom. It's Nintendo.
Yeah.
Nintendo. Oh, is it Capcom?
No.
So it's not Mega Man.
No.
Oh, you said sci-fi. Oh, god damn it. I am so stumped, and I hate myself.
It's one of like the 3 franchises I talk about on the podcast.
Resident Evil?
No. SNES Resident Evil. Can you imagine? That'd be cool.
They should do it like a
Remake.
remake of. I think we actually talked about this as well.
Yeah.
on
Somebody
the
probably
podcast.
has. Somebody probably completely.
No, they
developed one.
haven't.
And they launched, and then they said we're doing it, and then Capcom said no, you're not, and then it's just out on the dark web.
Oh yeah, maybe. Okay.
Maybe.
God damn it! I've just got blinkers on. Is the character a human? The main
No.
character of the series?
No.
Is it an animal?
Yes.
Great. That should help in some fashion.
Massively so. It's not Fire Emblem.
It's not a Fire Emblem. It's an animal. Is it a turtle?
No.
God damn it.
It's not Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
It's not a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
No. Unless you've run out of Nintendo franchises to say it's not. It's not Captain N. It's not the. What's that boxing one?
Punch Out.
It's not Punch Out. It's not.
What?
What's the other boxing one?
Oh, what is the other boxing one?
Arms. It's not Arms.
It's not Arms. Is it? So it's an animal. Is
Yeah.
it a dragon?
No.
Fuck. As if Bubble Bobble wasn't on every other system.
Don't.
No.
I thought you were thinking of that Capcom one again as well with the Jumpy Man.
No, I was genuinely thinking of Bubble Bobble.
Okay.
And I was thinking maybe Bubble Bobble 2. Oh! Is it? No, it's not an animal.
It is an animal.
No,
No, what you were thinking of was an animal.
Yeah, I was thinking Kid Icarus.
No.
Again, that's probably just as obscure as Excite Bike.
Yeah.
Um,
Can't believe it took us that long to get to that.
Yeah. Well,
It's not Wii Fit. It's not Wii Sports. Not Wii Play. Not Wii Music.
it's not Mega Man. It's not Castlevania. It's not Metroid. It's
No.
not.
It's not Dark Souls. It's not Dead Rising. It's not
it's not
Valkyria
Resident
Chronicles.
Evil.
It's
Is
not
it?
Half-Life.
No, it's an animal. It's
It's not
not a
Grand Theft
ninja.
Auto. It's not LA Noire. It's not Devil May Cry. It's not Metal Gear Solid. It's not Nitro Boost. It's not Swiv 3D. It's not Lemmings.
Oh my god, I love how many things it's not, and it's not helping me in any fashion. Oh, is it a toad?
No.
It's not a battle toad.
It's not a Battletoad. It's not Baton Katos. It's not Eternal Darkness. It's not Bloody Roar. It's not Blood Rain. It's not Warcraft, StarCraft, World of Warcraft. It's not Lego Harry Potter.
Okay, is the main character a fantasy animal?
No.
Is it a farm animal?
No.
Is it a pet?
No.
Oh my god. I've eliminated bovine and equine, canine and feline. Is it a reptile?
No.
Oh my god. Is it an amphibian?
No.
Is it an African mammal? Is it a mammal?
Yes, it's a mammal.
Is it a lion?
No.
Is it... So yes, it is an African mammal.
Yeah.
But is it exclusively African?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Is it an elephant?
No.
No. Oh God, I hear myself and I'm so shocked at my own lack of natural.
Remember that Nintendo series with the elephant main character?
And all those elephants that don't live in India, yeah.
Yeah, it's a platformer where you play as the elephant.
This CJ's elephant antics. There is a thing. But yeah, it doesn't help me. Right, okay. It's an African land mammal?
Yeah. Ish, yeah.
Ish, yeah.
Well, in the way that it's an African mammal.
Is it... Is it part of the monkeys or apes?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my god. Is it a Donkey Kong game?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I thought you were going to say, is it Ape Escape? And then I literally shouted at you.
Just hung up.
Is it Super Monkey? Okay, done. We're done.
We're just done. Podcast over.
End of this episode. End of this premise. End of this gimmick. Yes, Richie, well done.
That's not even... I've only limited this...
That's just... Yeah, you've now got like 30 games and items within every single one of them to think about.
Okay, is it a banana?
Yes, it's a fucking Donkey Kong banana.
Oh, God.
Specifically a bunch of bananas, but I just...
You're done. You're fucking done with this segment. Oh, my God. I'm the worst.
Is it time for the intermission?
I mean, we're not far off. We've got 13 minutes of content before we actually hit the intermission now. Jesus.
Well done.
Yeah, I'd love to get feedback from any of our listeners as to whether or not that was worth listening to.
Was it fun? There's a game... Oh, I think it's Magic Arena, where if you have a particularly long game, when the game finishes, it pops up with, was this game fun?
Yeah.
With a smiley face and a sad face. I guess they use it to, like, if loads of shrine tech games or whatever are going on for too long and everyone's saying no, then there's, okay, well, let's just ban a couple of key components into doing this. So yeah, readers, was this segment fun? Smiley face or sad face?
You can rate it as 1 to 5. No, just smiley face or sad face.
Yeah, it's got don't do that. We need every one of these we can get.
Yeah.
So, season 4 of the podcast. We are revisiting
5.
Really 5?
Yeah.
Christ, season 5 of the podcast. Woof. We are revisiting, remixing, reversing, reimagining. That's it, readers. That's the gimmick.
Our theme is something
today,
or other.
We are Ndaring.
Do you want me to explain it?
Yeah.
Okay, so there is a character in the Nintendo 64 game Shadows of the Empire, based on the novel of the same name, and the character is Dash Rendar. So it's Rendar. And today's episode, we are going to be talking about Star Wars games.
Long-time readers of the podcast will be familiar with Dash Rendar. I think we bring it up once every season.
In fact, I think it's been solidly every episode this season.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, we've been really... pushing
So let's talk about Star Wars games. Richie, have you been playing Star Wars games?
No.
Yes. No. Okay.
Well, no. See, I wanted to, so...
That's the end of that segment.
I have played Star Wars games, and I wanted to... I actually wanted to do some valid research for this episode.
Shit.
Yeah, I know. So I was going to purchase and play through Star Wars Battlefront Remaster. Yeah.
Because I hear there's some controversy.
Yes. and basically that's what stopped me doing it. Now, I went to it because, like, I heard people were quite excited about it coming out, especially on platforms such as the Switch as well.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'll go check it out on Steam. And basically, it's one of the few games that I've seen on Steam that has like the red, mostly negative reviews. And I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You know, like, why are people flaming this? And is this a review bomb? Is this like the Marvels all over again? You know, like, is this, you know, what's happening?
Yeah.
Because it's a much beloved game.
It is. And for those of you who don't know, very quickly, Star Wars Battlefront and Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out on the was it PlayStation 2, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very early days of online play. And it was couch co-op. You could also play it online on the other formats I think it was released in as well. And it's one. What do you even call that genre? There's a army countdown. So you choose to play as a scout trooper or whatever. You get killed. It knocks one off your army countdown, and then you get to respawn as a different character. So they had factions from the two eras as they were at the time. So you're either playing as the Empire versus the Rebels, or the clones versus the Cis guys.
Was you not able to play as the robots? Roger.
Yeah, those are the Cis guys.
Oh, they were the cis guys.
Yeah, before that meant anything else.
Yeah.
And it was supremo fun. They released a Battlefront and I believe a Battlefront 2. New games, completely new games. Unfortunately, EA has the Star Wars license, and I think in a previous podcast, I think the Disney series made me have a Star Wars itch, and because the game was more than 2 seconds old, it was £5, so I downloaded Star Wars Battlefront 2. Had a jolly good time, but was slightly annoyed because unlike the original Battlefront and Battlefront 2, everything was connected to your EA bucks, EA store. Get your team deathmatch achievements by playing as a death trooper 1,500 times online, or shooting getting 2,000 headshots online and all this business. But it was, decent. All the characters and levels that you love. Battlefront 2 introduced a mechanic where at a certain point, I think, if your team was doing well, or maybe if you were losing, you could choose a special character. So you could have a go as being a Darth Vader or a Luke, and you could kind of melt through the other team, make the other, just lightsaber through the other team for a limited amount of time, unless you had a good player against you, yada, yada, yada. So everybody was genuinely excited when they heard about, okay, we're going to re-release Battlefront 2. A bit like some other games of that era, where if you just did nothing with it whatsoever, but had a reliable kind of online system, which they didn't really have back then. Yeah. I think it was Xbox, which was probably the best way to play it back in the day. That sounds great. Now you're up to date. Richie, what's the issue?
The issue is, and it seems really weird to me, but people don't like how the textures have been updated. They feel that isn't a good enough of a remaster.
Okay.
And I think most people, or there seems to be a lot of grump that they're taking player base away from the other two games, which are available separately and I think cheaper. So when you go to Steam, you get the remaster, and then like the top comment is, go here and download these two separately. So it's like they hate the fact that it's available in two different places, which is weird. But yeah, like I think it's because the player base is split.
So what is it split between the new Battlefront games and these remasters? Or?
Yeah. No, the old Battlefront games and the remasters.
Okay, so not the new. So you can still play the 2000 something.
Yes, you can still play them on Steam. Yeah.
Okay, and then you had the EA. I think it was always EA anyway. The recent super shiny graphics version.
Yeah,
Battlefront 2.
People are still moaning about as the graphics aren't good enough for a remaster.
And then you have the remasters of Battlefront 1 and 2. So there are 6 games out there, is that what you're saying?
No, there's just 3 games. There is
3?
Battlefront 1, Battlefront 2, Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then there is the remaster, which includes both of those.
But isn't the remaster the PlayStation 2 games?
I think. What do you mean?
So Star Wars Battlefront 1 comes out
Yeah.
Sorry. And you've just reminded me when I was struggling to name the genre. These are Battlefront games. Forgot. Jeez, remember the original Battlefront? No. Remember Star Wars Battlefront? Yes.
Yeah.
So, let me have a look. Come on, Wikipedia.
That's brilliant. I love love it when we do
This is a great episode.
Yeah.
So, gameplay. 2004, Star Wars Battlefront comes out, right?
Yeah.
2005, Star Wars Battlefront 2 comes out. Okay?
Yeah.
There's 3 I've never fucking heard of. We're going to ignore those. Then 2015, Star Wars Battlefront, a new game, comes out.
Okay.
And it's, a new Battlefront. But it has First Order troopers, beautiful graphics. Then in 2017, Star Wars Battlefront 2, the sequel to that game, comes out. You can pick all your clone trooper armors.
God. Okay.
And then 2024 Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection re-releases the 2004 and 2005 games. Remasters those.
Okay. Right, now
So-
I am more confused.
So when you were saying people complain, were they complaining that people aren't playing the 2015, 2017 one and say, go and play these are much better games instead of playing this? Or are they complaining about, is the 2004 and 2005 game still live on PC in a way that it can't be on any other platform because they don't exist?
I'm completely lost now, I'll be honest with you.
This is the coverage you can get nowhere else, readers.
I am so lost. Okay, I'm going to start reading some of the negative reviews
Let's see if we can live work. This is live journalism.
Okay.
Yeah.
Top negative review. This guy has played it for half an hour.
Okay.
He refers to it as the grossest cash grab in history of video games.
Fuck.
You can also buy the original version on here.
Okay.
For Steam for like $10.
Okay. Click on that link.
There's no link.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like this is the old PS2 versions.
Okay.
I'm going to try and find this top link which had the the game's sort of fixed, but it's dead. Nothing in the base game has actually changed outside some upscale, and the menus are just not tolerable for something in 2024. Not tolerable. Okay.
So people don't like it because it's too and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl had this complaint as well. Is that it's too much of a faithful.
Yeah, so they've kept the menus.
It is. Yeah, it is the old game re-released, but not doing. We've discussed this before, and it's our season, so it's appropriate with remasters, remakes, etc.
Well done, keeping the re.
Those mean different things. And so you can have remasters, which can border on remakes, and then you can have remakes which can border on remasters. So, for example, I mentioned Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. People hated them because they weren't different enough from the DS games, although there is a lot in them which is different, completely different. A different control system. You don't have dual screens. There's loads of kind of little quality of life improvements, not enough. So it is not like they just, downloaded the ROM and stuck it on a Switch cartridge. There was a completely different chibi kind of graphics thing. But people refer to that as a remake rather than a remaster. Then you've got things like Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 2. Those are completely different games. I don't know about Resident Evil 4 because I didn't play it. And then you've got like Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is an extremely very different game. It's loosely the same game.
Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 4 is a very, very true to the original remake with slight tweaks for quality of life that make it a worthwhile remake without straying at all from the main game.
Okay.
Like, you will see the enemies in the same place.
So what it sounds like from this one, now that we've got to the bottom of it, what it sounds like is people might have been excited for, hell yeah,
nostalgia.
Old school Battlefront, but, has a proper lobby system and...
There are some positive reviews in here.
Okay, read me one.
So, well, I've kind of closed it now, but there was...
So, summarize one. Paraphrase one.
I'll paraphrase one. Basically, there was a guy saying, I used to play this in split screen with my dad. It's full of nostalgia. Yeah. Really enjoying playing this.
Yes. Okay, good.
So, that fills me with faith. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm just kind of like, why is somebody pointing me to another game? Is the not the 2004, the 2015 and 2017 Battlefronts better ones to play?
Well, they're different. They're very different. Because they are updated games. They're so you've got your skins. I mean, with the clone troopers, it's ridiculous. You can every single clone trooper legion that's appeared in the CG series or in the films or in some kind of side canon is there to be found in a loot box. It's that kind of EA type thing. But the gameplay is fun, different, but broadly the same. And obviously the graphics are 2015 graphics. So yeah, it does look absolutely gorgeous. But I played it for a bit. I basically ground out all the achievements that I could in single player, which was about 2 of them. And then I freed up, because it's an EA game, I freed up, the 70 gig or whatever it was that was taken up on the hard drive to play something else. Whereas I was quite tempted by the Battlefront Classic Collection.
Yeah.
Because I remember getting quite good at that in a way that I don't think I could have got good at the 2015 one. Basically choosing to be like a rebel forest trooper, not dying once, taking over all the points and feeling good about yourself. But who knows, maybe if it hasn't changed at all, a little bit of a graphics upscale, 2004 controls. Ugh.
Yeah, 2004 controls are not good, and may end up being a theme for Star Wars games. Shall we shut up and say Star Wars? So basically, the coverage of journalism on this podcast is I almost bought Star Wars Battlefront, and I had full unawareness of the Battlefront series.
Okay, so if you want to, tune in next week when Richie spends 20 quid and plays all 4 of the new Battlefront games.
No, I'm not playing any of them anymore.
Okay.
See, I only ever played, I think, Battlefront 1, and it was with you. And
okay.
Yeah. And
So you didn't do the one where you could play as Yoda and Skywalker and Darth Vader?
I could
and
definitely.
Darth Maul?
I definitely played as Darth Vader.
Okay.
So that must have been 2 then.
I think so. Yeah, if I remember correctly, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, that is literally all I have I'd done or didn't do. So I almost bought a Star Wars game.
Brilliant.
There we go. That's the news coverage.
My last fun fact about Star Wars Battlefront is, aside from games which will allow you to end the universe, which is probably quite a few, Star Wars Battlefront is the one which you can it had an excellent kind of galactic expansion mode where you could choose a faction and then you would have to fight on each of the planets. They also had like in orbit battles, which are excellent. But then if you did particularly well and you were playing as the Empire, for example, you could just wipe it. You could use the Death Star to completely destroy a planet.
Amazing.
So yeah, in terms of kind of theoretical, kills that you can get in a game, it's probably one of the ones that has the highest. Again, short of games where if you go back in the past and touch yourself, you end all of existence in reality.
If you go back in the past and touch yourself.
Yeah.
I know. Sorry, my mind just went to a very dirty place. There we go.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Okay. On that note, let's take a break.
Let's go. Hey, let's cut to the cantina.
Dip, 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 dip. Everyone have a break. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Save.
Cool. Oh. Right. So, Farley.
Yeah.
The other day there,
Uh-huh.
you know how I'd sort of been conscripted to join the Grey Wardens?
Oh yeah, you said you mentioned that last time we.
Yeah, so I was starting about as I was, being a Grey Warden. I was killing the Blight, or members of the Blight. Members? People who've been blighted.
Do they have a membership card?
They have Sundays. They have the Blight Man's Choir. They also have Bridge Wednesdays. Blight Bridge. And every last Saturday of the month they have a Blight bake sale as well.
Oh, well, that's okay. So you were mercilessly hunting down these very community-oriented guys, okay?
Well, they're also pure evil as well.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. And I was just kicking about with a few of my mates. They're like mages and rogues and stuff. Oh. And we were like doing our best to kind of save the world from the Blight, push it back, kill as many, and help out all of the elves and dwarves.
Oh, somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And in between me finding gifts and speaking to the other people in my party, and giving them those gifts in order to get a high enough romance level. Can
you see the meters above their heads?
I think it's just little hearts that appear. Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. Handy.
In between all that, there was a point where I was out in the field, and this is going to be a short one. I found this Mabari. Do you know what a Mabari is?
No, what's up? No, Mabari, no.
Well, I went and talked to it.
Uh-huh.
Turns out a Mabari's a fucking dog.
Oh, fuck. I think that's the bell for half time.
Yeah, let's just go back into it. Seamless, yeah.
Right.
So, I almost bought a Star Wars game, Farley,
Great.
have you been playing any Star Wars games?
I'm glad. Well, I'm glad you asked, actually, Richie. Yes, I have been playing a Star Wars game. I mentioned it recently. Talking like that. I mentioned it recently on the podcast. I have been playing Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Okay. So, I think the last Lego Star Wars I played was actually, I think it was the second one, because the third one is the Clone Wars one.
Yes. So there wasn't.
Yeah.
And it's. I always think of, and I don't know if this is chronologically true, but of the kind of Lego games, in inverted commas, when they latched onto the licensed, sometimes not, based exploring levels, collecting things, collecting studs Lego games. So very different from the old Lego Island, Lego Racers, Lego 2K Drive, those kind of ones in which
Yeah.
we've had DC and Marvel and Lego Movie and Jurassic World and yada yada. But to me, I always associate the Star Wars games as kind of significant titles, because I think, could be wrong, Lego Star Wars was the first one of those. And then,
I want to say it is. Yeah.
And it was kind of super fun. They still are extremely fun. It's, you like Lego, you like Star Wars. They were kind of endearing because not only was it a good game to play co-op, they obviously appreciated the love for Star Wars, and so you'd have these comedic scenes play out with all the beats which you recognise, but in a kind of cartoony, slapsticky kind of way.
Yeah.
And that first Lego Star Wars set the model for this. Player level, replay level, unlock characters.
Boy, did it. And I mean, they're probably, well, they are still going. Clearly, you're just playing one. But and of course all the different franchises. You had the Lego Indiana Jones. You had Lego Harry Potter. You had Lego all the Marvel ones, and then DC ones. Yeah, so massive franchise.
And they some of those added bits to the formula. I think if you go back and play the original Lego Star Wars, having played some of the more recent ones, it's probably a little bit hard to go back to because it's a bit clunky. Yeah. One of the complaints we had is that you have to wait until you get right to the very end of the game to unlock one or two characters have a bespoke skill. Thinking about some of the other games which did cool things in Lego Lord of the Rings, which I think they only did a couple of games, was you could play the story co-op split screen, but you'd play out different scenes. Do you remember that? That was super neat.
Yes.
So essentially you'd split up and both be playing a different story at the same time. That didn't really catch on. And so there was the original trilogy Star Wars, then there was the episode 1, 2 and 3. Then they didn't do one for the 7, 8, 9.
Okay. Is that not what the Skywalker saga is, or?
Yeah, it is, but it's kind of strange because there was a long gap, particularly from episode 7 until the Skywalker saga. There was a DS game.
Oh, right, okay.
That came out, but that just covered episode 7. That's good.
Was there not? There was a Star Wars collection that came out as well.
There was a collection which was
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it also had a hub as well in it. Yeah.
Clone Wars. So Clone
okay.
was based on the CG series. It was very good, and it did introduce a few things which we've not really seen since. So it introduced so you had the normal story mode thing, and there's quite a cool thing where you would the hub would be based on either what are they called, Techno Union cis ship, and you could hop in a ship, fly through space, and then land on like a clone ship. So those were the hubs, but also you could move the ships around above the planets in free play mode, and then it would change what was in space when you went in between. It's kind of, so if you were playing, if you chosen General Grievous, you hop on a ship, fly over to the clone trooper ship, and they'd all start shooting at you because you're an enemy character. Whilst you try and find mini kits and go to the level hubs. Clone Wars also introduced a real-time strategy element to some of them. So you would land on a planet and you would have to wipe out enemy bases and build your own bases, and it was kind of cool. So this, after a long hiatus, I think I'm correct in that there were no ones in between, is not only the latest 3 films, but it is an homage to all 9 of those Star Wars films.
And it's sort of like, is it starting with Anakin and going all the way through to what's his face, Kylo Ren?
Yes, yeah. It's got an interesting structure. Okay. So I think when you first start, maybe you're forced to play through, or maybe not, but you get to choose between the 9 episodes, but you can't choose. It's shitty to explain. You can't choose episode 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, or 9. So you can choose to play episode 1, episode 4, or whatever that other one is, episode 7.
Okay, that makes sense. They're the start of the other. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's weird when you say it like that.
Yeah.
And I understand it, but yeah, you're basically only able to start at one of the 3 beginning episodes of the trilogies.
Yes. And then when you beat that episode, you can then play the next one in that one, or you could skip over. And so it kind of integrates. So there is like a whole galaxy. It's huge. There's a whole galaxy which you unlock as you play through, right? So let's say you play episode 1. The story, it has the scrolling. The story scrolls up. There's often a kind of funny joke or 2 thrown in. Then it throws you into the action, and then you will have, when you visit Coruscant, you kind of unlock Coruscant. When you go to Tatooine, you unlock. There's like 3 hubs on Tatooine, and then when you finish at least 1 episode all the way through, you can go back and revisit all those areas in free play. So imagine all the major areas of Star Wars, all the planets you go to. Each of those will be a hub on a planet. It's like Tatooine has 3 of them because you've got the bit from episode 7, the bit from Mos Eisley, the bit from episode 1. But then each planet also has space above it.
Handy. I like it.
And there's something going on in space. And as you go through more and more stuff,
is that like a battle of some kind?
Yeah, so there's like a battle. Yeah. Often there's like a comet, like a brick, a collectible brick comet, which you have to get for the first time. There'll be guys with character missions hanging around, and then there's a whole mechanic which I've not triggered yet, where occasionally floating above these different districts, there'll be like a ship, which you have to infiltrate and beat as like another subplot level. So it's kind of cool. So you select and of course you unlock not only characters, but you also unlock vehicles to use in space. So you can be on Yavin 4, go to the spaceport bit, be like, I would like to fly around in Boba Fett's ship, which we don't call what we used to call it anymore. Jump in that ship, fly out into space, and then from space you can kind of go from hub to hub to hub. So the galaxy's kind of divided up. So I can't remember, Jakku and Tatooine will be in the same thing. And then until you come across those levels in the story, they won't be unlocked to you. And then in each of those hubs, there's tons of things to do. So all Lego games kind of give you, or recent-ish ones give you like a progress meter in terms of how many characters you've unlocked, how many bricks. And so I think the total number of bricks is something like 1,280 something.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. As usual, you get bricks for collecting a certain number of studs doing a level. You get bricks for collecting mini kits, and then when you're not in a story level, or you're in a level but not playing the story, there are hundreds of like these random missions. So sometimes it is, oh, there's a blue brick that's floating up there. What's laying around? Oh, these specific, heavy crates that only a Jedi can lift. Okay, next time I have a Jedi, or when I unlock a Jedi, I'll do that. Or somebody says, can you go and shoot 12, whatever, Womp Rats? You go and shoot 12 Womp Rats, and then you get a brick. So there's just tons to do. Loads of in-jokes and nods to Star Wars and the jokes in Star Wars and the tropes in Star Wars. The kind of cheat modes are back, which you kind of have to unlock by collecting these data cards. But it's a slightly tweaked system, so instead of you unlocking like the ×2 multiplier by getting a certain kind of brick, you just unlock a data card and then you choose which one to buy if you have the studs to buy it. So you can work through it in a sensible order. They have some fun options there. So one of them is like a classic audio mode, because you might remember from Lord of the Rings onwards, instead of having the Lego characters kind of go, they wouldn't say anything.
They were Sims characters instead. Nabada labada.
Nabada bada. They would like horribly cut in film audio. I remember in Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and I think Jurassic World,
and Lego Avengers as well.
Okay.
Oh,
and it was just
so cringe, man.
Far less charming than having them. While C-3PO's got a bucket on its head in the background or whatever. So that's fun. So it's kind of like a nod back to the Lego games, let alone Star Wars games. And I'm having the time of my life, Richie.
Good. Well, there you go. See, you took a punt. You enjoyed it. You didn't get paused and stalled by fucking reviews, which just left me, desolate and lonely inside. Yeah. You get to have the time of your life because you know what? It's a Star Wars Lego game. I'll have fun. Brilliant. Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah. I'll have fun. It's not difficult. You can platinum it just by throwing enough hours at it. There are a couple of occasions where, particularly when you unlock, the kind of cheats or whatever to see where there are mini kit bits. So sometimes you'll be replaying a level and be like, there's a mini kit thing here. What do I have to do to unlock? And so then you're looking around, then you're destroying things, and then some bouncy scenery falls out. Like, I have to build something. So there is like a working out for yourself element. They introduced some cool new things. So when you do the story, you now have challenges. So there are 3 challenges per story, and if you do one, each gets you a brick. And those aren't necessarily obvious. You can also buy hints for all of these for studs.
Okay.
So instead of getting stuck, you can just be like, okay, what is the middle mission on this level? Buy it, and it says, make sure that you shoot all the yada yadas in this level. And then they also, which kind of works, I guess, maybe for younger players, there's like an RPG system. So not only can you level up kind of global abilities like increase health, increase the distance of your stud magnetics, you can level up each class's abilities. So the classes are like Jedi, Sith, Scoundrel, Villain, Astromech Droid. I think Scavenger is one of them. Bounty Hunter is another one. So you can use studs and these collectible bricks to upgrade those. Doesn't really make it. There's only really one class, and it's the only one I've come across in the game where if you played, I think I started with episode 7 maybe. So you're playing on Jakku, where Ray is on that shitty planet with the crashed
No.
Galactic Empire stuff.
Absolutely nothing from 7, 8, or 9 has stuck in my head.
So you know Daisy, what's her face?
Yeah.
She's just like a dirty homeless scavenging.
I would have said that she was on Tatooine, not Jakku.
Okay. She's on is she on? It looks like Tatooine, but it's
Jakkuine.
Jakkuine.
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline. Or maybe Jakku is on Tatooine. Whatever. So that's your first hub if you start there. And then you come to this, there's like a glowing wall type thing. And for whatever reason, you have to specifically beat one of the 9 levels in order to unlock abilities for the scavenger class. So they can do like a glidey thing. These special bits you stand to do a glide. Then for some reason, and like scavenger includes, Tusken Raider, Ray from episode 7. I think those dudes with the carbon freezing chamber, the big chin dudes. What are they called? Unctars, whatever.
I couldn't tell you what the big chin dudes are called. Wow.
Yeah, the guys, the little piggy guys, but not the pig guy. The little.
Yeah, the little piggy guys.
For whatever reason, those are like scavenger classes, and they have these 3 abilities. One of which is they can make this like sound projecting device, which via sound will break down. Wall barriers.
It's the usual mechanic in all of these, which prevents you doing something unless you have a specific talent.
Yeah, but this one was really generous. I was playing it a bit late, so maybe I was a bit spoiled because by the time I think I got it on Star Wars Day, whatever, May the 4th, and so they've released character packs for all the TV series.
Yeah.
So I bought it for pounds. I think it's like £5 maybe for the entire game, super bargain. And then it was waiting for all these updates to download for the Han Solo story, the Solo story pack, the Mandalorian pack, the Andor pack, the blah blah. So by the time I started the game, I had access to characters that you perhaps wouldn't. So I had access to like a Sith. I had access to a Bounty Hunter.
See, that's a bit weird, and I find that a bit. Yeah, that's a bit hacksy.
Well,
I think.
Well, you can
choose not to. I get it. But
you can choose not to, but ultimately, apart from this one instant, because I ended up looking it up online, and there's some helpful Reddit threads, which is basically the only usable part of the internet these days. You have to type in every search question with Reddit on the end in order to get any sense, because Google's just out of its mind. Not of late, right? Just utterly unreliable. And a bunch of other people having the same problem. And they're like, yeah, with this one specific class and these 3 abilities, it will not trigger until you do this particular section of one of the story levels. But for everything else, so you could on Tatooine run around, see that there's a character mission for a Jedi, unlock it, not having played a single, just played one story, and then you've got the Jedi to do everything. There's this one instance where they do actually gear gate you a bit.
Ooh, okay. How?
Well, just by you have to get to this bit, and then the story mode tells you, here's how you use your glider, here's how you use the boombox, and then you can use it, but you can't use it from then on. So if you play them in the wrong order, you can kind of play 6 levels and still not be able to do any of these like boombustery glider, or there's like a hook shot type things. It was a bit odd, but yeah, eventually got there. But you see, you can. So yeah, the reason why I started saying that is because that's the only class thing I've come across that matters.
Right. Okay.
So it's not like if you invest in the Bounty Hunter whatever bombs, that there's a certain grade of silver crate that you can't blow up until you've got level 3 bombs. The bombs are just bigger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or you're like your force powers will work quicker, but it's not. Oh, if you want to lift the X-wing out the swamp, you need your level 3 force power. So
right. Okay. Yeah, that's a different way of gating things. I get it.
Yeah, but nothing's really gated apart from this one scavenger class, because it just makes your abilities quicker, bigger, stronger, but not. You cannot do this unless you have your level, your level 3 whatever astromech droid abilities, whatever the fuck they are. Yeah. But yeah, other than that, and it's so distracting. I know we've talked about this a million times before, because here's the optimum way you should play a Lego game, right? Well, actually, Richie, tell us what's the optimal way you should play a Lego game.
Oh my god. Race through the story as quickly as possible.
Yes.
Then, once you've raced through the story, unlock the characters you need the most. Basically, any character with a special ability that you don't already have. Obviously, that's slightly different with this one. But, like, for instance, in the original Lego games, maybe you would unlock a blaster and it would take you ages to get, I don't know, a mech droid that could open certain mech doors.
I think Sith was the last one that you get.
Yeah, okay.
So there were just various red things that are like, no, can't do this.
Yes, yeah, so you had to use red Sith powers to yeah.
Okay, and then what do you do?
Once you have unlocked it and you've unlocked those characters, you try to collect the mini kits in each one of the episodes.
Yeah.
But you won't be able to, because there will still be some awfully gated characters, which will take
No,
you...
Richie, we're doing the optimal playthrough, not
Okay.
the different way through.
Find the episode that you can complete the quickest and fastest. Get the times multipliers for studs.
Get the times 2, times 4, times 8, times 16. Put them all on.
Immediately,
Immediately, because you need studs to buy characters, you need studs to buy vehicles, you need studs to da. So it all costs money. So you do that straight away. Then you play through the entire rest of the game. Right? That's how you should ideally play a Lego game. But what often happens is you're like, oh, I'm playing through this level. Maybe I can try and do as much as I can on my first run. Right? So then you do spend time. You do waste time collecting as many studs as possible by destroying every piece of scenery to try and get true Jedi. Even though the next time you be playing it, you'll have a times 64 multiplier. So you kick open a crate and it's like, oh, congratulations, you've fulfilled the collection.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I'll do it as I go. And then you're like, oh, maybe I'll do this hub mission and do this. And I think I knew what I needed to do in that level, so I'll play it again. And you still don't get. Anyway, so all of those problems are here because you'll be in a hub, you'll finish like a section of an episode. So the each episode is the major beats from the film, but sometimes it'll be you're just the bit of the story will end and you're just walking around Naboo or Coruscant, and the story mode is go here, but you can explore the entire galaxy if all the bits of the galaxy which are unlocked. And then, I fall into that trap of, oh, there's a guy here, I'll talk to him. Oh, yeah, I reckon I can do that. Oh, there's a blue brick up there. I'll go and get that blue brick. Oh, what does she want? Oh, I can see this strange icon. Oh, I'll just do it. Yeah, and, and so, I think I've still got like 4 episodes to do because I've been massively distracted by playing it.
Cool.
Isn't
I mean, that's a good thing, yeah. I was like, it's like you said it so negatively. So I've been so distracted. No, that's great. I've been
so distracted by enjoying the video game.
God damn it!
God damn it! It's like it's not even like work. It's just kind of fun.
Yeah, it's like you're able to relax.
It's like I'm escaping and not thinking about the horrific way of the world by swapping to R2-D2 and trying to hop over some gungans.
It's just after you finish and you save and you see that time spent on the game that you start to realise how closer you got to death.
No, for me it's when you turn the TV off and you're just looking at your reflection in the black mirror.
Yeah.
And then you can see.
Then you think, shit, I should really put some clothes on.
What happened to me? I had the whole world at my feet. I was gonna do things. And here I am.
I could have been a contender.
And here I am, 3 o'clock of the morning, tracking down a Wookiee on every planet to get achievement.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's what it gets to me. My reflection staring back. So yeah, I'd give it 2,483,792 studs out of 10.
Nice.
I reckon if I had a friend, it would be super fun as well.
It's awkward.
Also, it's a commitment. Like, hey, have you got 240 hours to spend? It's the only game we can play. No, we can't play anything else because we've got a
240 hours. It's really worth it. By the end, when you've unlocked everything, you get this excellent character that you'll just never ever use because there's no point in ever playing
nude Yoda. There's nothing left to do, and now you can run around as gold nude Yoda or whatever. Stan Lee with a Deadpool mask. But shout out actually, and this is why I did want to mention them, because I think the release of a Lego game's such a non-event. It doesn't get any press coverage because it's another Lego game, but they are, with a few bumps in the road, genuinely fun. I think it's one of the few game series where people say, hey, my young children are just getting into video games, but I want to be really careful about what they're exposed to. I don't really want them to get to playing online. What can we play together? That's like my go-to recommend.
Yeah.
Because it's a good fun. It is a bit challenging. You do get to personalize. Oh, that's one of my big complaints. As far as I know, unless this is something...
Oh, you can't make any custom...
You can't customize your characters.
See... Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a blessing. The characters I used to make were just awful and horrible and silly, like
my go-to
flesh-colored legs, and then
my go-to is like a Mon Calamari Jedi.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forget that they're called Mon Calamari. That's such a lame name.
Yeah.
So I think the last Lego game that I played was the 3rd or 4th. It's the Gotham Villains one.
Yeah, that's great.
So I only played a little bit of it, and it was like a car chase, and I thought, this is great, I'm having fun. And then it kind of got to me, it's like, it's yet another Lego game. And I think we talked about this before. There's a time... There's an X amount of time needed between Lego games before you can return to playing a Lego game. Doesn't matter if one of them's Harry Potter or if it's Indiana Jones. It is that formula of, as we were sort of saying, the optimal way, go through, play through the story, then you get all the unlocks and stuff like that. But I just I couldn't bring myself to do it. But I think the best one that I've had so far was the DC Superheroes one, where you could like play as the '60s Batman and things like that.
Well, when you've had enough time, when you've recharged your Lego,
to be honest, I want to go and play it now.
You should play the Gotham DC Villains, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Because the change they make there is, as you may remember, is you start off the game creating your own villain.
Oh.
And then the story revolves around your villain guy. So it's not like, you create in these other games, you create your own character and essentially they disappear off the screen as the story goes because, whatever, a Gungan with a Boba Fett hat on it looks out of place. But but your villain is the central character and they kind of gate your abilities behind the story. So it really puts you in the center and you play as your customized character from the beginning. So it's great on that front, as well as being a solid, all the things you love about Gotham City and Batman and everything else. So yeah, strong recommend. You just need to
just get over that hump. You know what? Yeah, just reset the meter. Yeah. It's funny. I know that you're saying like, I wish I had a friend to play the Star Wars saga. Hey, on that note, why don't you play the DC one, Richie? Fuck off! You're not the game. You're not the friend I want. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Loud and clear.
Well, okay, fine. Let's book in
204 hours.
2-month holiday where all we do is play Lego Star Wars to completion
and never turn the television off.
Yeah. Yeah. And wives and partners are like, you're having an affair, right? It's like, you would. If I tell you what we were actually doing, you wish I was having.
It's like that episode. I think the Black Mirror episode where the guys are like playing fighting games online.
Oh yeah.
But he's got like a female avatar, and then they end up having an affair. Yeah, my girlfriend thinks, is that what you and Farley do? I'm like, no.
We shoot each other in the back.
In seconds. Seconds.
Sabotage each other.
It's like, ready, start.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just dead.
Yeah.
You're on the same team, guys. Teabag. Yeah. It's okay. We're, if anything, predictable.
True.
We only talked about 2 Star Wars games. And I think we should just stop there. That's enough. I think that's enough.
It's enough. I mean, I also played through all of KOTOR and KOTOR 2 and have some really in-depth thoughts on that. But I guess I'll just park those for another day.
Well, we just need to think of another word for...
I didn't play KOTOR and KOTOR. I played the first hour of KOTOR and that was it.
Oh, okay. I was actually going to talk about Shadows of the Empire.
Well...
Yeah, no. Just no.
No. We could do an episode 2. Or, what's the Battlefront called? Classic...
Battlefront Star Wars.
Yeah, we could do a Ndar Classic Collection.
Re-Ndar Classic Collection. That's good.
We talk about KOTOR and that one. Shadows of the Empire. Did you play Shadows of the Empire?
Yes, I completed Shadows of the Empire on the N64.
Did you replay it recently though? You said you were going to.
No. So the reason I was going to replay it was is always reduced on Steam to like £1.74. But the reviews say that the controls are funky, and they are.
Hang on. Was it only an N64?
No, it was N64 and PC.
Okay. All right. That broke my brain for a bit because I thought, hang on, there's an N64 game on Steam. Okay.
Yeah, no. But also, is Star Wars Empire on the N64? Star Wars of the Empire, is that what I said?
Star Wars Empire? Star Wars Empire?
Is Shadows of the Empire on the Switch emulator thing?
No.
I wouldn't imagine.
We've had a spate of licensed games, but not Star Wars yet. But they could. That'd be great. Yeah, I wouldn't mind replaying all the the platformer ones on the SNES. Pod Racer on the N64. Fuck yes. Oh yeah, it might be because there was a Star Wars collection on Switch.
Okay.
And I looked at it and I thought that is good, and it was cheap because I think it was May the 4th. But then also I was like, this is like 200 hours worth of games. I don't have. So the Star Wars Heritage Collection, which is now apparently retailing for £52 on Amazon, so it's probably actually reasonable online. It has Jedi Knight Academy, Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, Force Unleashed, KOTOR, Republic Commando.
Yeah.
Racer and KOTOR 2.
Yeah. It won't have Shadows of the Empire in there.
But there's another one. Oh no, there isn't.
So I did play Shadows of the Empire on an emulator a few years ago, and yeah, the controls are just really fucky. So it's basically tank controls with the N64 joystick.
Yeah.
The trigger is fire because you've got a blaster.
Yeah.
And to look around is using the C-pad.
Yeah.
But it's one of
I
those...
reckon if you commit to that being your game, don't play anything else. Stick with it. That would come back.
I went through the entire first level, and the levels are not short. so that's the other thing, is like there's a couple of levels that take an hour to get through.
Yeah.
There's no save points. There's literally, you have to get to the end of that level. Spend an hour and 15. And the end of the levels, there's usually a horrible boss. So it's very punishing.
I hear you, because they just released the N64 Mature. Did you see that? On Switch. So now there's a separate channel, which is like the other emulators or whatever they're called, the Nintendo Switch Online, blah 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 blah. But it's for mature games. So I guess as a parent, you could lock it. And at the moment, it only has Turok and Perfect Dark on it. So I was like, do you know what? I never really played Perfect Dark. I'll give that a go. Oof.
Yeah, it's hard going back to those games.
Loaded up in the... Because, do you remember it has that weird menu where you're in the, whatever it's called, the Carrington building?
I never played Perfect Dark.
Okay. Well, it's kind of your tutorial, but kind of not. And I was just supposed to follow a guy, and I was... Yeah. Again, I think if I put myself in a sensory deprivation chamber and just played Perfect Dark on the N64 controller, it would come back, but it would be quite a while of... When you're trying, you're not thinking about the controls properly. You're just trying to intuit it, but it's just breaking your brain, and you can either keep looking at the floor or
and like you get distracted. I don't know, like you get a WhatsApp message or something like that, and then suddenly like the effort that you've put into controlling things, and you end up like looking up, and you're just like, oh, stop it, stop it.
Play it.
Yeah,
can't play it. I've got no memory. Yeah.
It's because we're so used to, or it's become so ingrained, the whole left stick is for, forward, left, right, and down, or back, and then the other one is look around. It's that any other control system just makes it really, really hard.
Particularly if you've only got one fucking analog stick.
Yeah. But the thing is, Shadows of the Empire, back in the day, even when it was new, was still hard to control. Just to re-emphasize that, it was never a 5-star controls for these games. It was fucking awful then. Okay. Going back, it is still clunky. But
listen, before we become actually Mario 64 wasn't very good because the camera was shit podcast.
Yeah. I
think there's one more thing to say, Richie.
That Sith's a maniac.
YT Force?
Choke me? Why do you force me?
Oh, no.
Wrong.